Welcome back to Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones. Last time we cleared a chapter that I was worried about quite a lot, and we managed to get Cormac on our side after convincing him who he was. Now it's time for... Okay, there are actually a few things I need to do before we head out to this next chapter. But I mainly wanted to show the map transition there. I just love how the huge Johanna Hall just shows up on the map like that. Currently, the only other massive location we have is Castle Frelia over there. On Ephraim's route, you have a different location here, but I'll get to talking about that much. Now, first things first, before heading out to Chapter 14, it's another one of those chapters where it's 2 chapters back to back. So, you have no opportunity to access the world map between Chapters 14 and 15. So, if you have any preparations to do, weapons to buy, things like that, do it now. In fact, it's very important you do so at this point, because Chapter 15 is a huge, huge chapter, and is very, very involved. You want to be at your best for that one, and it comes right on the heels of 14, with no opportunity to access the map. But also, you don't want to spend too much money here, because there's something in Chapter 14 that might be more worth your cash. For now, though, make sure you have as many healing items as you think you need. So I'm going to go buy an extra heal staff, because seriously, we've got 2 long chapters back to back. So, healing, very, very important. In fact, I might actually just convoy that men staff here. I wish you could combine it with another men staff, let's just say, but we can't in this game. So anyway, I think I might get an extra mend. Gonna save most of my gold. I'll do some of the inventory management once I actually get into the chapter itself. But, okay, Ross needs another hand axe. So, I'm gonna go ahead and just put away one of these iron axes. Does Garcia still have his? Yes, he does. Okay, I'll just go ahead and take that then. And as far as other items go, gonna go ahead and trade this one over to Cormag. Don't need that Knight's Crest on Cormag anyway. Because I'm actually going to go ahead and try and train up Cormag a little bit. He doesn't need it nearly as much as people like Ewan do, but I really want to have Cormag promoted by Chapter 15. You can probably tell why. So, I'm just going to go and off-camera grind Cormag a little bit, so I'll see you back here in a bit. I don't think I'll put together a training montage this time. Okay, I may have gone a little overboard with Cormag's levels. One of the skirmishes ended up having 2 entombed in it. But, yeah, some of his level ups weren't that great, so I guess that kind of compensates. And he did lose his Steel Lance and maybe a couple of other weapons, and that Horse Slayer is almost gone as well. But I did actually find a Heavy Spear and a Zanbato in those skirmishes, so that's gonna maybe help in this next chapter, we'll see. I'm going to head out to the chapter before I do my inventory management. I'm pretty sure I'm all set when it comes to healing items. So, let's go to Johanna Hall. This is basically the big finale of Erica's route, by the way. Yes, now I can finally refer to her as Princess Rachel of Rouston. Oh, well, I mean, the reinforcements only arrived when we'd already repelled the invasion, so, yeah. But, Johanna Hall is still under enemy control, and as we can see by the map, it looks like Kalark is there. So, it's time for, like I said, the big finale of Erica's route, as we meet the Queen of the White Dunes. But first, a flashback. I knew this was coming since I mentioned Leon at the end of the last chapter. This is a completely Erica exclusive flashback though, as you can tell by the fact that it focuses on her. Well, I mean, a woman who's been trained in fencing, so it's not really is that embarrassing. Well, that was before Grotto got taken over by a bunch of blatantly corrupt generals. And we don't find out what that gift was. Also note the fact that there is a shop on the map here. That is important. Also, hi there, Nabata Desert reused background. I'm pretty sure this is the same background as Nabata Desert from FE7. But we don't have time to worry about the heat. We'll be getting indoors quickly. Dark magic, huh? Well, I guess it makes sense if he said that he spent most of his time studying. Back in the GBA games, dark magic was more associated with scholars than it was actual evil. Yeah, it could have been. Sometimes you can't trust appearances. Guess the only way to find out is to actually see him. This must be difficult for Erica, though. The fact that she might have to come face to face with an old friend. And now we meet this guy. This guy, yeah. I'll say, in a game that has generally well-written villains, this guy really stands out to me as having a completely stupid motivation. So yeah, this is Carlyle, a loyal bodyguard of the Queen. He has betrayed his kingdom. After all these years of loyal service. And notice how she says long years since her husband's passing, so he's been dead for a while at this point. Why did he betray her? Because he was in love with her? So, okay, yeah. This is gonna be very, very weird. So, yeah, his backstory, that he fell in love with her when he first saw her. Now, this here, I suppose his motivation would make a little bit more sense if, say, the king was still alive, and I guess he was kind of yandere and wanted the king out of the way, but... I mean, I do like that line. Admittedly, I think that line is pretty good. But here's the thing. So, yeah. But how does that require selling her country out to the enemy? Seriously. If his motivation is just confessing his feelings for her, again, she's been a widow for a while. It's not like her husband is still alive. There's nothing stopping you from just confessing your feelings without requiring to get her country invaded. And even she calls him out on this. Like, so apparently he's killed some of his own countrymen, led their country to ruin, because he thinks that somehow that will help him win her hand? Really? Really? Like, and she, like, this, like, right here, this line sums up why this guy's motivation is completely stupid. Like, seriously, if he really loved her, he'd realize this is pretty much the worst possible thing that he could do to her. He's basically done the one thing that will ensure that she never loves him. It's just, and And, like, if he was meant to be a really unsympathetic yandere type character, then I guess this would probably be okay. But the game wants you to think of him as a tragic villain, which is where I have a problem here, because he just comes off... Like, seriously, this is the weirdest motivation for selling out your country, because you're in love with the Queen, and you somehow thought that it would make her like you if you killed her cunt. What? Sorry, I just find this guy hilariously stupid. So anyway, we have soldiers with door keys. Yeah, soldiers with door keys. This guy has a longbow. There are a couple of other archers in this hallway. This hallway will be full of archers eventually. These three are not the only ones you have to worry about. Another door key. So there are a lot of droppable door keys. I actually don't need to bring a column here. Except for this one door. This one door right here, there's nobody with a door key nearby. However, I have a bit of a solution to that. First though, pay attention to these stairs here. They're going to be important. As well as, not you. As well as this guy. This thing is the Berserk Staff. This thing, if you thought the Sleep Staff was bad, you ain't seen nothing yet. This thing, I am so glad that in Fates they did not bring this back, because this plus Staff Savant would have been horrifying. But yeah, this essentially, if your characters get hit by Berserk, they will attack everything close to them, friend or foe. So yeah, your own overpowered characters slaughtering their own allies. This is why you want Restore Staves in this chapter, although it's not that hard to kill this guy before he can even Berserk anyone. But failing that, Restore Staves are a good fallback. Also, hi there, Nerf Luna. Yeah, this guy's not that big of a threat. Who actually is a threat is the Supreme Idiot himself, Carlisle. He's actually pretty strong for this point in the game, and he's a Sword Master, which means a crit bonus. He also has the Wind Sword, which is a 1-to-2 range weapon. It's the Anima Magic variant of the ranged swords. So here's something interesting. This sword was actually in FE7, but you could only get it as a download event. Here it's actually a real item proper, although you still can't really get it during the main story. I won't explain that until much, much later, but anyway. Now, the little cheap thing that I can do here is that I actually have a spare door key in my convoy. So, I actually don't need to bring Colum in this chapter. Normally I would, but the thing is, we may or may not be getting another thief here. And for that reason, I'm going to be bringing LaRachel here as well. Oh yeah, also LaRachel previously had a torch staff, which, because one of the skirmishes ended up being Fog of War, I might as well give her barrier for now. So you want LaRachel in this chapter. You can... I won't spoil it. I'll save that until when we get there. But you definitely want LaRachel here. I also don't want Arthur, I'm sorry. I mean, if he was trained, I definitely would want him, but as it stands, not really. Okay, I want both Joshua and Garrick, and I want... see, I'm gonna have to drop Colum, and I probably want Natasha, because we're gonna be splitting up here. And having two healers is gonna be useful for that. Because of this seems really dumb, but I might drop Seth. I'm sorry, Seth, but I want an extra healer. Okay, first things first, though, something that I need to do. Where are you, Luke? There you are. Did I put the body ring in the convoy? Nope, it's still on Colum. Body ring now. Some people have told me that the body ring is basically the same effect as a speed wing. The thing is, I like having the security of knowing that Loot will never be weighed down by fire again, and on promotion, she'll never be weighed down by thunder again. Thunder tomes are really the only anima ones you ever need, so I just like that. I mean, like, technically speaking, 2 more speed has the same effect, but this ensures that you never need to worry about being slowed down by these kind of weapons again. So you know that your speed will never be lowered by them. There are only a couple of those in the game, so let's just put a couple... Yeah, I have 2 Zumbatos. There's the convoy, and... Oh, great. Whoops. I forgot to buy an extra Flux Tome for Ewan. I'll be right back. Okay, I actually had to reload twice because first I forgot Flux, and then I also remembered I wanted to buy some javelins for people. Because I think Amelia needs a second javelin. I'm going to give that first. The short spear is going to go over to Tana. Let's take that heavy spear for now. And we're going to take a second javelin. Okay, Cormac already has a heavy spear from earlier. Just wondering if Tana needs one of those or not. The Axe Reaver I'm going to actually put on Cormac. The 2 use left Horse Slayer, I might as well put that over there. Slim Lance and Javelin. We are going to be finding a Range Lance soon on the route that I want to take Cormac down, so don't really need that, but any other lances that I could have on him? Let's see. Don't think so. The question is, do I really need that Iron Lance on Amelia? I'm actually going to move that over to you. And then I'm going to have you take that Elysian Whip, just because I get the feeling that you're probably going to be able to promote at some point during this chapter. Speaking of promotion items, which of these does Ross not need? Strange as it sounds, it's actually really the Halberd. Even though there are going to be cavalry in this chapter eventually, I feel like he can take them on without that. So, you are getting the Ocean Seal, because I'm sure you're going to hit level 20 during this chapter. As for Garrick, I'm going to have him give that Armor Slayer to Joshua, because the Lance Reaver already does a good enough job of cutting through armored enemies. And I suppose you can take one of the Zanbatos. And let's see, I'm actually going to have you... No, you're going to be traveling with Erica, so I might as well give you the Zanbato for now. I want to get Joshua promoted before facing the boss. And that should be everything, I think. Oh yeah, something that I forgot to show earlier is Ismaya. She has some pretty impressive stats for an NPC. Also, this class apparently was featured in FE7 as an unused NPC-only class that I think Eliwood's mother had? But anyway, okay, I want Tethys on this side. I also want LaRachel over here. Oh, that's also what I want. I want that door key. Somebody needs that door key. Maybe for the moment, you can put away that heal and take the door key. You probably won't be the one to actually use that door key, but I want that in your inventory regardless. Like I said, I want you around this area. You're going to be going in the lower part, as will Ross. Garrick is going to be heading that way as well. Ewan and Loot. Alright, Amelia as well. Amelia's going to go down this first pathway as well. Okay, LaRachel should have enough movement from there. Loot and Ewan are going to go in the central path, as will Joshua and Erica. Okay, this should hopefully work out. Okay, why did I want LaRachel on this side of the map? Well, it's an annoying trial and error thing, unfortunately, though you find it out at the end of the first turn anyway. Speaking of which, one irritating thing about this chapter, on that note, is that these rooms, you don't know what's in these rooms until you open them, which makes them another annoying trial and error mechanic, basically. You need to just open them and hope that, this room in particular is actually quite nasty, depending on who you open it with. Yes, it's a hope there aren't people in there who can kill whoever you sent to open the door. So, on that note, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Rachel over here. I'm obviously not going to have her open the door herself, because that would be suicide. But I'm going to have her stand there with the door key. Next, I'm going to have Cormag. Actually, first, I'm going to have Garrick move up here. Now, notice how I am in range of Tethys here. Now I'm going to have Cormag fly up here. Let's see, what will he equip? It doesn't really matter at this point. Gonna trade for that door key. He'll be getting the Lycian Whip back soon, don't worry. Unlock this, and we can see there are 2 fighters, a shaman, that guy, and a sprite we probably haven't seen before. Hi there, Rennick! Yeah, that explains why I wanted Rachel over this side of the map. So, yeah, Rennick is here. I'll talk more about him later. And we need to get to him as soon as possible, because Rennick is going to run through this map pilfering all of the chests. Thankfully, the chests are going to slow him down. He's going to make his way through this room, through this long, narrow hallway, down here, and escape the map via these stairs. There are 2 ways to deal with him. Either use Tethies to reach Rennick early, which I find is the most reliable method, but it's also the riskiest. Or second, is to send Rachel around this path and try and head him off before he reaches here. Because as long as you talk to him, it doesn't matter how many items he's stolen, you'll get them all, obviously. So I'm going to be using the Lance Reaver against this guy, because that might sound like suicide against the axes, except that this guy has a Sword Reaver. The Sword Slayer's marginally less terrifying brother. Oh yeah, I need to turn animations back on. I had those off while I was leveling up Cormag. I keep accidentally going to status and not options. But yeah, hopefully that guy's going to attack Garrick first. That will break his Lance Reaver and force him to use a normal sword against this guy, which will be an advantage, which will be good. And then you'll hopefully just do something stupid. So that's the plan over there. Over here, I'm going to... What do you have in your... Yeah, you just have a couple of Flux Tomes. Now, I don't exactly want to open this door with Ewan. I'm gonna need to do a pretty big key chain trade here. It's probably more efficient in this chapter to send your entire army down one pathway, but I want to maximize experience, so I'm going to be splitting into 3 groups here. So next up, Erica is going to take the key. And then thirdly, Josh is going to go ahead and equip the Armor Slayer, because I know what's coming. And he's also going to take the key, and unfortunately, yeah, you can have the low-use left steel sword. So yeah, there is an Armor Knight right there, which is why I equipped the Armor Slayer. Although, with the Javelin, you're probably going to go for Erica. And there's a Shaman over there. So this enemy group is not that annoying. The real annoying door is this one, but we're not going to actually get to it until a few turns. And I suppose this group actually needs a healer better. I mean, like, needs it more. But I want to get the supports up with Joshua and Natasha. And Amelia will just go up here. And at the end of the first turn, this is going to happen. Wow, 3 bosses, yeah. It's not often that you see multiple enemies in one Fire Emblem map that all have the boss shield on them, but we have 3 now. And of course, Kalak just wants to take over this place and probably just spite the country that he hates. See, again, you could justify it as saying, oh yeah, he's doing it for the promise that the Queen won't be harmed, but even then, there are better ways to ensure she'd be protected than making her hate you forever. And obviously, as if you could trust people like Kalak and Reeve anyway. You really should have seen this coming. So obviously, she's the only one who knows where the Sacred Stone is, so he needs her. Once more, the implication that Volta does some pretty disturbing things. You know, the Queen's never going to be yours anyway after what you've done. Unfortunately, we're going to see the might of his sword arm soon. And I believe this is the first time where... We might have seen him earlier in cutscenes, but yeah, this is one of the first times we're seeing Leon outside of flashbacks. It seems like Leon is kind of sick as well. And Kalok just rescued 2 people. That's against the rules, isn't it? And you did exactly what I thought you'd do. Perfect. That's an oddly high hit rate from a Sword Reaver, though. And this is a perfect demonstration of how when 2 Reaver weapons collide, the weapon triangle turns back to normal. The Lance Reaver being a sword beats the Sword Reaver, which is an axe. And we get the Sword Reaver, which Garrick might actually be able to use, although I think that's C-ranked and he's going to start with a D in axes. But anyway, went back to equipping the sword, the normal sword, at a perfect time. You might have noticed some more enemies just spawned. And you went first. Huh. And blocked off a... You're not even... Wow. When Joshua doesn't double someone, that's a bad sign. Well, good thing I brought Natasha along for this route. Oh... In practice, you didn't move to block the way directly. This could actually ruin my plan. Because Rennek is on his way that way. Straight towards the chests. I believe there's actually a cutscene with Rennek. Maybe I opened the door too early. Alright, this is going to be a problem. It may still work, actually. I just need to get that guy out of the way, and the only way I'm going to be able to do that is with Garrick. Might as well just use this. I don't want to waste the Silver Sword on you. So, via Tevies... I mean, seriously, I feel like I'm seeing things. There should have been a cutscene with Rennek explaining why he's here and what he's doing and why he didn't sign up for this. To quote him, my only fight is with the locks in the treasure chamber. But for some reason it just got skipped. Maybe that only happens if this room isn't opened on the first turn? Probably. I guess I might have to show that at the end of this chapter. Huh. Regarding that Rennek scene, it's supposed to play immediately on starting the chapter. My guess is that I accidentally mashed start a little bit too hard and it counted as pressing it twice, so it not only pressed start to fight, but it also skipped the cutscene. Yeah, this is what's meant to happen. That's really bizarre. So yeah, you're supposed to see this just before the chapter begins. So yeah, once again, Renek's going on about how this was never part of the deal, and he has this great line. Oh, you say that now. Well, Lady Luck actually loves, your selfish princess, but, she is coming back. Thanks to her ridiculous luck. And yeah, that's what's supposed to happen, so I must have accidentally skipped that. So, I need to put LaRachel in a very specific spot. I need to make sure that she is up here, although if I go here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, actually that'll still put her in range. Although... if she goes one more, she'll be able to Kanto back one space, which is probably going to be a good thing. So I actually do need to have her go one up. Unfortunately, that means I can't heal Garrick this turn. What I could do, however, is... this is where you having a javelin would be a good thing. But if I could move Cormag over here, and then have LaRachel just barrier him, just because I want some experience. Oh yeah, this is the first time you'll be seeing barrier on camera. It's the same effect as pure water, and it can be nice, but I find mostly it's good just for spamming for staff experience and stuff, and normal experience. So, needs to speed LaRachel further. Have Amelia slowly advance, and now... Hi there. So, before I do this, I want to say something. LaRachel is not the only one who can recruit Rennek. Erica can as well. But, if you do it with Erica, she has to pay him 9,800 gold. LaRachel, on the other hand... Rennek is like, no, 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 no! I thought I got away from you! I guess technically his contract expired, so he wasn't really ditching them. Oh, and he took the job knowing that she was the princess right off the bat. Then again, she's not very good at hiding that secret. Unfortunately, he's gonna almost be killed one more time. She talks even from off-screen. So, despite his reluctance, Rennek still can't say no to her. He gets to join for free if you talk to him with LaRachel, so that's why you want to bring her to this chapter. So, we have Rennek now. Rennek is another thief. That's really all that needs to be said. Specifically, he's a pre-promoted rogue, which means he has the pick skill right off the bat, which lets him open any door or chest without the need for keys or lockpicks. Because of this, if a map has doors or chests on it, Rennek is useful to deploy, especially if Colum is running low on lockpick uses by now. Rennek actually got the biggest base stat buff, that's a mouthful, but anyway, of any character in the English version. And making this bio, I realized that Renek's averages are actually quite decent. I never really considered it before, but he kinda averages better than Colum does. I always used to brush him off as terrible in combat. Really though, his stats don't matter all that much. The main thing Rennek is there for is to be a chest bot. There aren't that many maps left in the game that have chests, but for the ones that are, deploying Rennek is very useful, and he's worth recruiting for that alone, along with the member card in his inventory, which I'll get to talking about soon. I would highly recommend that you use LaRachel to recruit him though, because as useful as his services are, paying 9,800 gold is a bit excessive. And like he said about almost being killed many times, that's going to be the case now. My strategy here, unfortunately, is to let Rennek get hit by this guy. That's 9 damage. He will survive a crit. However, these guys have hand axes. So I've got to pray that if he does get criticaled, the hand axe doesn't hit him. That's the one outcome that will result in his death. But hopefully, it's not a very high chance. He has to get crit with a 32 on a 74% hit rate. Well, much higher on a true hit, but still, and then get hit by a hand axe, which the chances of that are almost nothing. Oh, by the way, Rennek joins with this little item, the member card. If someone with this card stops in a suspicious place, and I almost said shop there, that's actually kind of a Freudian slip. So anyway, any spaces on this chapter strike you as particularly suspicious? Maybe these 2 corners here? So, the member card, I'll be explaining what it does once we get to it, but you want to have the member card, because if you don't get it now, the only other way to get the member card is via a 10% drop rate from a chest on the final floor of the ultimate post-game dungeon. You wish I was exaggerating there, but I'm not. I'm really not. That's the only other way to get another member card. And you want the member's card in the post-game. You definitely want it in the post-game. Okay, this is actually going to be annoying. I'd like to take you out with one of my mages. The problem is that we're all roadblocked. I was counting on Joshua to double this guy. Probably shouldn't have equipped the Armor Slayer, but the thing is if I didn't equip the Armor Slayer, that knight probably would have gone right into Joshua, and then he would have been roadblocked anyway. Keep showing off, Joshua. Okay, now I unfortunately need to take on that guy in melee range when there's 2 enemies behind you. I forgot about those 2. And I hate when that happens. I probably should have used an energy drop on Erica, honestly. I think Ewan actually has a better dodge rate. Yeah, he does. Very slightly, but he still does. I wonder if not Amelia, if Luke can actually one-round that guy. Although, I have Erica on... I suppose this should hopefully work out fine. Okay, that's good. And now, next step. Oh, they're right, chess key. We don't even need Rennac down this route. Okay, Erica can only fight you. We do need to watch out here, because one of these guys has a longbow, like I pointed out earlier. I could go... I mean, actually, a crit won't kill, so there's no point in doing that. Oh, you can't even reach the Shaman regardless. Okay, so if Erica takes 9 damage, how much does she take from you in return? You have 17 attack and 3 resistance. So that's 14 damage, 9 and 14 would be 23. That comes very close, but she'll survive. But she has to attack from here, because if she attacks from the other angle, then the longbow will be able to hit her. I was kind of hoping for a crit there, but it was not to be. Of course, this fireball has to hit, but it's almost certainly going to hit. 97 is almost guaranteed under true hit. And now, let's just get some support points up with you. I do like Joshua's very high HP for a Myrmidon. It makes him a bit tankier than you'd expect from that class. And it's a good insurance policy in case he gets unlucky with dodging. And right then. You have a full inventory. You also have a full inventory. Great. One of you's going to have to send something back to the convoy. Or not! You can simply break your Iron Lance on the soldier, and the door key will fit in your inventory. Good dodge there, because I have no healers down this route. Now, there's a reason why I have Tana here. You can probably guess why. There's the door key. Now, can Ross reach? He can. Okay, now I'm going to need to make sure that I equip the Iron Axe. Because while the hammer will be maybe helpful a bit later, not quite now. I'm going to go ahead and don't need the Ocean Seal just yet. And so this room right here. We cut to the enemy phase instantly, but it's full of mages! And you getting hit there might be bad. But yeah, this room is a real jerk if you send someone with low resistance down here. 5 magic users. Oh, that's not good. That's really not good, and I forgot to turn his animations on. But yeah, that's the least of my problems right now. I need the next hand axe to miss. And I also need not too many enemies to pile into Ross. Depending on how smart or their AI is. This could be very bad. Ross, I'd appreciate if you dodged some of these. Oh, this could be over long before I get a chance to see if the axe hits Rennac or not. Oh, great. You have to dodge this now. And it's a higher hit rate. Already my fingers are on the soft reset combination. Okay, missed. I probably shouldn't have opened this door this early. Please tell me that Shaman doesn't have enough movement to reach him. Oh, it does. It does, of course it does. If he had dodged the first lance strike... Well, I got lucky there. But yeah, usually Ross dodges the Armor Knight's attack. 19? Ah, no speed, really? I'm gonna definitely use a speed bing on him. Yeah, 14, which is what I was calculating. Now the hand axe just needs to miss. Will I continue to get lucky? Thank you! Okay, we're hopefully safe. We've got quite a few enemies up on this front. But for now, Rennac is fine. I really don't like that guy. Although I might be able to finish him off more easily, because in my practice run, Renek didn't hit him in return. Okay, I need... Okay, Garrick to get in and fight that guy. This shouldn't be... Yeah, this should be fine. As long as I send Renek just back here. As much as I'd like him to be pilfering some chests, that'll wait. And I need to remember to turn his animations back on. Yeah, that's the one annoying thing about this, about the custom animations, is that anyone who, like I've said, newly joins is defaulted to animations off. Okay, so Cormag is going to get you. Maybe making it so the Axe Reaver is the... Actually, why am I doing that to begin with? This also leaves open the opportunity for me to refresh Cormag. Okay, there we go. Cormag is pretty great at handling this Killing Edge guy because he doesn't take much damage even on a critical. And nice, cap strength. And that Hero Crest is going to go straight on Garrick soon because he's actually going to be able to make use of that. That Barrier Staff might be not bad here now that I think about it. Here's the issue, though. Actually, wait a minute. I was going to boost Garrick forward a bit, and then I realized something. If I refresh you, fly forward, and Axe Reaver that guy, thanks to your resistance boost with the Barrier Staff, you're going to do a better job of choking that point. Huh. It's not what I expected, but I'll take it. Although I would like Garrick to get a little more experience. But hey, Cormag only recently joined, so it's only fitting that he gets, just show off a bit here. Didn't really get to use him very much in the previous chapter. I love that just complete freeze in the animation that Wyvern Riders do when they dodge something. It's just like suspended animation. I don't know, I find some silly things funny sometimes, but... Okay, Tethys is safe, so Garrick can advance forward. Sometimes this Shaman is over here, and then I can Javelin him with Amelia, but he was not this time. So I might as well just have her move as far as she can. Amelia might actually be better served staying around here soon. This guy, though, I believe this guy does move, so gotta watch out for that. I like to lure in the... Although... Well, let's fight you first off. So yeah, my plan here is to lure some of those archers up and then take out a few of them in one fell swoop with both of my magic uses. Because if I move Loot there alone, she would one-round all three of them, most likely. But, well, actually two of them, because the third would attack her from 3 range. But then she would most likely die, because she would die in 2 hits or so. However... Oh no, I kind of want Joshua with his Armor Slayer to go a bit further forward. But let's see if I can bait you out. And I just realized there's a way for me to get that chest this turn. This is like Let's Play Musical Keys or something. So I switch... And Ewan just loves being the walking inventory for people's swords. Guiding Ring! Okay, you can swap the sword back for that. I'll definitely take that on Ewan's inventory. You were absurdly lucky, and unfortunately, do you still have the elixir? You've got one, so that's fine. Yeah, this wasn't really supposed to go this way. Gonna have to use the steel. And the 2 chests down here, there's no one with a chest key in the general vicinity. So, I'm gonna need to bring Renek down here at some point. There's some pretty good treasure in this chapter. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab your elixir, because I'm going to need it. Because, at some point, 3 armors are going to spawn from down there. I'll explain better once we actually can see, well, once I have control over the map again. Hello there, I'd like to meet my friend, Mr. Axe Reaver. Unfortunately, it's running low on uses, but fortunately, there aren't that many axe enemies left in this chapter. And yeah, like I said, with the pure water, he's actually going to be better at choking this point than Garrick would be. Normally, Wyvern Riders do not like magic, but, hey, the barrier staff actually did something. I didn't plan for it to do something, but it did something. It's also kind of useful against the Berserk staff. Also, one thing awesome about Cormag is that he often one-shots mages. It's just another benefit of having a brutally strong flyer. But, yeah, that's what I was talking about. So, once you cross this threshold, 3 armors spawn from here, and one of them has... Okay, you have an Axe Reaver, gotta watch out for that, but one of them has a door key. So like I was saying, though... right, yeah, the Barrier Staff, because Status Staff hit rates are based on resistance, the Barrier Staff can really help in making sure Berserk has less of a chance of hitting you. It's a bit of a mouthful, but I hope you understood what I meant there. And making sure Berserk has less of a chance of hitting you is always a good thing. It's always a very good thing. Because, yeah, Berserk is one of the most nightmarish status effects in the whole series. Sacred Stones has another status effect that's almost as bad, though. We won't be seeing it for a while, but it is, in my opinion, the second most terrifying status in the series, after Berserk. Although Hexing Rod is pretty bad too, especially since there are no Restore Staves in that game. Let's see if I can take that guy out even without a heavy spear. Okay, neither of you have longbows, which is good, because you do have to watch Wyvern Riders around bow users. Oh yeah, I forgot to show these guys. These guys are just pretty standard, one of them has a droppable heavy spear. A couple of guys here with hand axes, which you might be able to lure from over the wall. And this guy is the real threat in terms of the enemies that came with Kalark and Leon. I prefer Lion, but anyway. Silverbow Sniper. Yeah, that is pretty dangerous. My aim is to have loot deal with him, but it's still going to be pretty risky. But speaking of loot dealing with things, now I can... It's kind of funny. Loot has 1 more defense, but you have a bit more HP. Because I think that guy does move. And these guys do hit pretty hard with their... Yeah, you can reach that spot if this archer is dead. I was wondering why there wasn't a red space in his movement range, and then I realized, oh yeah, it's because it's blocked off by this guy right here. As much as I'd like to send loot in, I'm just not sure at this point. And I just accidentally... You tap on the screen once and that happens. It's like I was saying, as much as loot can't even do that, okay. Oh, you also have a longbow. Right. Okay, then. Oh, and I need to heal you anyway. And you'd be able to reach loot from there. Unless I block your path. And just going to go ahead and equip that, because I don't think you'll try and attack him directly, and I would really like to just have as high evasion as possible. Let's go and heal you up a little bit. If you're taking the head Rennek off at his escape point route, you need to rush through this hallway very quickly, so don't do it as slowly as I am. Speaking of slow, there are going to be some reinforcements showing up quite soon. That's what I was going to do. I wanted to put one of the heavy spears on Tana because of these guys. Well, I mean, Ross is pretty decent at taking them out. Huh, I can actually attack you from over the wall. Oh, even with max strength, Ross isn't gonna take them out. And if I was feeling silly, I could do that, but, nope. Yeah, gotta watch out for those longbows. And now, this area is kind of clear, but who should I refresh? Guess Garrick needs a tiny amount of healing. But Rennek needs to get a move on and grab these chests. That sounded dirty, but it was not meant to be. Blame Trails of Cold Steel for making me see that as an innuendo, by the way. Yeah, Crow and, to a much greater extent, Angelica's chest opening lines. Oh, you can't quite take this guy out without the heavy spear. That's annoying. Kind of wished you could, but, oh well. That's fine. And you just stayed still. Even with maximizing my evasion, you still got hits. And I predicted that you'd do that. You need to dodge more, Loot. And Erica, preemptively, you also need to dodge more. Aha! She got hit, of course. So, archers are going to be spawning here with longbows pretty much constantly for a few turns. So, that's going to be... I say annoying a lot, but it's going to be annoying. But once they get down to a rate of really just one per turn, they're not that bad. Because they're not really all that much of a threat. But here they kind of are. Because if you get hit by multiple of them in a single turn, especially if you're a squishy mage, it won't end well for you. We also can't... You guys are just hitting all the time now, aren't you? You secretly have Reinhardt with his 20-star leadership supporting you. Oh, that chapter with those always hitting ballistas. That was really, really irritating. Well, I guess that helps. Everyone here is in need of healing. Yeah, literally everyone here except for Natasha. Do either of you have... You, obviously... Yeah, you both have javelins. This is like the hallway of flying objects. This feels like a waste of an elixir, but I'm going to go for it. Okay, now Loot will burn you. And then I'm going to need to heal him. Nice crit there! You have redeemed yourself for not dodging. At least slightly. You'll redeem yourself even more if you gain speed, please. I am getting a very speed-screwed Loot this playthrough. But on the plus side, she is getting skill blessed, so that's something. Might even need to speedwing her. I mean, I'm used to speedwing. Speedwinging, that's a weird verb, but I'm used to doing that to Ross, not used to doing that for Loot. Let's just see how much of a hit rate I've got against the Axe Reaver. You also take quite a lot of damage from it, too. That is a guaranteed one-shot, though. The reason why I brought the hammer is that even though it totally destroys Ross's attack speed, it does one-shot these things guaranteed with a pretty reliable hit rate, so I still like using it on them. Okay, there's another door key, and I need to put something back in the convoy, which I won't have access to for a long time. That's actually really bad. I should have planned that better. I would like all of these weapons! I guess he'll be probably catching up with Erica by the time he becomes a berserker. 12 damage, and you do 16 damage. So she is going to die to them regardless. So I would like to do that, but that's not going to happen. I'd also like to do this, because even if... yeah, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Because there's going to be some reinforcements spawning back here fairly soon. Okay, there's Luna. But because of its nerf crit rates, it's only got 13 crit. Anyone with 13 or more luck is pretty much safe against him. Rennek... kind of funny story-wise how Rennek's luck is pretty bad. As much as I'd like to send you, you have a lot of resistance, so that getting... Amelia, though. Yeah, she could do it. Although I kind of want to have her back here for, let's just say, something that may or may not involve those reinforcements that I talked about. And you, I actually have to finish you with my... That's going to put that in an uneven number of uses, which I don't like, because it means that she won't... It wouldn't have put... Well... Actually, it would have, but... would have left it on either 1 or 3 uses, so yeah, still uneven. Basically, I want to double those archers, and I don't like having an uneven number of uses left, because it would mean that it would run out before getting the full complement of attacks in on one of those enemies. Oh yeah, and here's the pick skill, so you can just open chests without keys. It's basically the lock touch skill. And these are the chests that Rennet goes for if you haven't recruited him yet, and this is the pretty amazing... Hamrun style? I always used to call it Hamrun, although I know that's not how it's actually pronounced, but I really have no idea how you're meant to pronounce this, so I'm just going to call it Hamrun Staff, but it fully repairs weapons. You might want to hold off on using it for now, just saying, because there are some weapons that we'll be getting later on that are disgustingly overpowered, and are great for using the repair on. Yeah, let's just have go. Anyone else need healing? You do, although this is a bit of a waste of mend. So we're slowly making our way through this map. Okay, dodging this would be appreciated. Of course, Frost, you are not dodging well for me. This attempt of this chapter, I am very disappointed in you. You're almost going to promote too. I thought Natasha would be the one to get shot. Nice dodge there. You're setting a good example for loot, I guess. And Tink. Oh, you won't even kill them even if you double. So I probably didn't need to worry about leaving a weapon with an uneven number of uses. Here they are! These Cavaliers are going to spawn for quite a few turns. Now, if you're far away from the starting position, it's not that bad, but there are so many of them, and they like to come after everyone, and you're just staying still. That's kind of weird. You will actually die if you get hit by 2 of those. Except you don't have a ranged attack, and I double you if I do this. Ah, enemies with no ranged attacks, they're always fun. And I think... yeah, I can just finish you off now. Okay, so now I think I'm going to have Tana and or Ross handle the reinforcements down here for a couple of turns. This is why I don't want to be stalled in this corridor, because if you get stalled with all these archers spawning, and then these guys crash into you when you're not expecting it, can be bad. Oh, I can't get to both these archers in the same turn. And I only have 1 use of Flux left. This is why I bought a second one. Why I restarted earlier when I forgot to buy a second one. These archers just are hitting all the time. So now I need to heal Ewan. Who here has the... you got the door key. Actually, might not be a bad time to unlock the door. It's not gonna let any of them attack us, and the reason why I did that is so that Josh was in a position where you can heal Ewan while still being able to stand next to Joshua. Because support points. Speaking of support points, this chapter being C's is a good opportunity to grind for support points if you want to do that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm going to wait, especially because of that guy. I like to lure the armors down here where we're not in range of that sniper. And let's grab this chest. Remember I said we're going to get a ranged lance over here? That was this spear, which is actually A rank, well, B ranked. It's A ranked in some games. I'm sure it's A ranked in some games, but this is a pretty nice weapon. Only 15 uses, but decent amount of weight, 12 might, 5 crit. It's a pretty awesome weapon, actually. So, you should have... yes, you've got enough of a rank to use that. And while I would like to do that, I'm going to avoid that for the time being, because, yeah. So you're going to take that spear, and let's see. Oh yeah, I was going to use Rachel or Amelia to lure that guy. Even then, though, this guy only does 9 damage, because Luna has 0 might, so with a crit it's 27. So anyone with 27 or more HP is guaranteed to survive him. You just want to stay out of range of Berserk. And let's just do this, and give my weapon an uneven number of uses again. We're actually approaching General Amelia threshold. Still no strength, though. But she has served a pretty interesting niche of being someone who has decent defense who can also dodge quite well. Kind of a hybrid dodge tank, actual tank. Let's see. Who will benefit from going further this turn? You know, if it weren't for all the Cavalier reinforcements... Tethys just gained the 2 stats that she doesn't need. I knew it was bound to happen at some point, but both in the same level up? That's, yeah, doubly weird. What I was saying, though, was that there aren't any chests up on this sector of the map yet, so setting Rennick down here might, next might not be a bad idea, except for all of those Cavalier reinforcements that he obviously won't like having to contend with. And using the barrier staff is totally pointless here, but... Just gonna go ahead and heal someone. Pretty sure Rachel has Restore just in case, but you still really, really don't want to get hit with Berserk. I'm gonna set things up with Teddy so that I can take the Berserk staff guy out from a distance before he ever gets to use the staff. Now, question is, where are they going? Sometimes they all like to go in one direction, sometimes they like to split up. It kind of depends how they're feeling that day. Because the AI apparently has feelings. And nice double dodge. One more and you'll be able to level up just from dodging. So yeah, here's the formerly very terrifying tome, now not so much. Look at that hit rate. That is not even with a weapon triangle disadvantage at all. I mean, people have said that Luna really wasn't that overpowered in earlier games. It was just against the last 2 bosses, but it was just hilarious seeing them get one-shotted by it. It's not that great against regular enemies, but I still found that you're all going up. Okay, then. That's weird. So I'm just going to have Amelia just stay here and... Actually, she's got time. Oh, it worked out that I could use exactly all my remaining uses of this javelin. But yeah, Luna was still pretty terrifying to fight, I found. Speaking of terrifying... Okay, if he goes there... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Alright. Okay, I'm gonna have to have someone jump in, hit this guy, and then run out. Just thought of something. What if Teddy's gets berserked? It's probably possible, but I mean, it's not like she can dance for enemies or anything like that, but she would probably just run around doing nothing for a few turns. I mean, I could try and show off, because I have Rachel who has... You do have the Restore Staff, right? Yes, you do. Who's right here with the Restore Staff, so it's not really much of a threat if Garrett gets... Actually, it kind of is, but... Yeah, I'm just going to be better safe than sorry. And I really don't know what Rennick's going to do. I'm just going to kind of stay here for now. And now, let's see. That sniper is... I've avoided saying annoying again, because I've been saying that a lot, but I don't like that sniper. I had him reduce Joshua to 1 HP once. That was terrifying. Okay, to give you an idea of how scary the sniper is, let's... Ewan doubles him? I guess that's kind of to be expected, but that was not what I thought would happen. The problem is that that plus this guy will be death, and that plus the hand axes will also be death. I need to lure the sniper to a spot where the hand axes are not also lured. I don't think Loot will be able to double the sniper thanks to her not gaining speed. So I'm just going to have Loot go here and pick off the last few archers. Well, at least you dodged that one. Wonder if Loot will get less speed screwed on Ephraim's route. Now that I've said that, that's probably not a good sign of things to come, but... Okay, I guess Natasha can go ahead and heal you. And fittingly, she levels up healing Joshua. Only resistance, that's... Obviously don't want to put Erica there because of that sniper. And let's see if I can get rid of this guy. Probably will. I had a feeling Ewan was going to get hit there. But I think the reinforcement archers are going to stop soon. Also, this room here. Obviously, don't open this door if you have squishy characters around here, because the enemies will then rush out of the door and murder them. How many uses? Oh, only one use of that elixir. And you are getting pretty close to the healer. So usually some of the knights go that way. I'm used to having Ross and Tana deal with them. Is everyone going up? Yeah, I'm not sure what triggers the AI to do that. Maybe it's because I had Rachel with Ross and Tana on a practice run. Maybe the AI thought, low defense that way, let's go that area, but... Well, evidently the archers haven't stopped spawning yet. So let's take you out. Not really much else to say about that. But now I think it's about time that That's... Yeah. And this is also why I gave Joshua the Armor Slayer. Even though it probably wasn't that necessary because I have mages on this path. But it means that someone with better durability... Let me just check Joshua's defense. I'm not sure if that statement's entirely... Actually, no, he does have better durability than the mages. Okay, gonna try and lure in that sniper. Neither of you have javelins, which is good. Can't get to any places where I can lure the sniper, but also not the axes. So for now, we're just gonna stay around. I had a crazy idea, but it might not be a good one. Because as it stands, that sniper's going to probably attack... Well, it's definitely going to attack Joshua. I mean, there's no way that Erica will kill that sniper over the wall. I mean, she's not Effie Heroes Hector or anything like that, so... pretty sure she won't die to the sniper? How much crit... Yeah, no way she's gonna die to that sniper because of, yeah. Thankfully, snipers don't have a crit bonus in this game. Javelin, Iron Lance. They're all pretty much the same in each wave. So, Amelia's gonna stay back here, and, I think you have the Horse Slayer, but no, you don't. Okay, actually, Tana has it, because I expected the reinforcements to go that way. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to plan for what the AI is going to do. It is a fickle beast that is unbeknownst to beyond mortal knowledge. What's not beyond mortal knowledge is this plan that I'm about to do. This is Operation Smash that priest's face in before he gets a chance to use the Berserk Staff. So, with aid of dancing... And one shot. Okay, good. Don't have to worry about the Berserk Staff. The Berserk Staves are a bit more annoying in Ephraim's Chapter 14, because there's more of them, and, yeah. Funny thing is, if you can somehow get that guy to break his Men's Staff, I don't know how you do that, you just have to very strategically weaken some enemies, and, I think you have, yeah, you have a door key, so this door key is actually meant to be for this door, I guess. But, if you do that, oh, I could just whack that door open. But yeah, as I was saying, if you do that, then he will drop the Berserk Staff. But, like I said, good luck getting him to break his Men's Staff. And I'm not going to open that door because then loot will go squish.